Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Watcher. I'm frankly not sure what season we are on anymore, or what episode we're on anymore. We are in Season 3, we are in heavyweights, and we are in late 2008. The stock market just crashed, and we're going to finish out 2008 on a bang. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Obviously, we do what we always do. We're going to take the first week of simulating and throw the power rankings up right there. Not a ton of change, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So, alright, enjoy the power rankings while they're going, and I'll catch you on the other side. And we're starting it right off with an absolute banger of the fight. Earl Moe and Ben Rothwell facing off in California for Strikeforce. Let's get straight into it. I think I saw Brock Larson on the undercard. There you go. Big sexy Earl Moe defending his Strikeforce heavyweight championship against Big Ben Rothwell. Earl Moe has a 7-0 record, having just won the belt off Devin Cole in his last fight. He is 7-0, like I said. Big Ben Rothwell is 22-8. He is currently the King of the Cage heavyweight champion. His last loss came against Bruno Guimas in King of the Cage 60, but he went on from there to claim that heavyweight championship off of Justin McCulley. So there you go. He is 0-1 against guys in our save. Let's get straight into it. Earl Moe, a -190 favorite. Referee Herb Dean. Opening bell rings. Here we go. Two guys touch gloves. Rothwell coming in to get hit. Moe with the right cross. Rothwell grapples him now. Rothwell tries for the leg sweep. Moe manages to maintain his thing. Remember, Moe is a wrestling base. Moe is now in charge of the grapple, and he's going to push Ben Rothwell up against the cage here. Moe catches the kickboxing jiu-jitsu specialist with a dirty knee. Not a dirty knee. A knee, dirty boxing style knee. It's not dirty. Both fighters throw in big punches. Sorry, my throat is shot. I might have to get some water mid-recording here. Oh, big right uppercut from Ben. Earl Moe is down. Rothwell hammer fisting. Moe's getting pasted. Oh my goodness, Herb Dean has to stop the fight, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. After 2 minutes and 56 seconds in the very first round of this fight, Big Ben Rothwell has taken out Earl Moe by referee stoppage. Wow. Big sexy Earl Moe is dropping to 7-1, no longer undefeated. Big Ben Rothwell 23-8, and now a double champion in the American independent scene. Incredible. That is, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. As far as I know, we only have one undefeated fighter left from the original series, like from the original 10, not including Machado McGregor, who won one fight and then went to jail. Hasn't really had a lot of time to keep that record up. But in an absolute heartbreaker, big sexy Earl Moe has lost to Ben Rothwell. I'm depressed. That's all I'm going to say. Man. But unfortunately, we've got to move on. We don't have a whole lot of time to dwell on that heartbreak because we are in UFC for the UFC debut. Nope, not debut. Yeah, debut of the one Bruno Guimas, who does have a victory over Ben Rothwell on his record. But the former King of the Cage heavyweight champion, the one Bruno Guimas, making his UFC debut against none other than former heavyweight champion Andrei Arlovsky. Arlovsky, 7th ranked heavyweight in the world. Bruno, not currently on that list, but it will be a huge opportunity for Bruno to get himself a win here. I am extremely excited for this one. Let's get straight to it. It's the co-main event of the evening on his, third fight? His first fight in UFC. It's co-main event. He is a plus 480 underdog. Maybe considered a sacrificial lamb to the Pitbull here. Andrei Arlovsky, a -610 favorite, 11-6 record. 5 pounds under Bruno Guimas, 1 inch shorter and 8 years older. The Portugal native will be attempting to take down the Sambo expert. But let's get straight into the fight. Fight night 5. That was a long time ago. Here we go. Andrei trying to throw some strikes here. Misses with the punch. Another punch. Oh, Guimas gets him into the clinch without taking any damage. Trying to pin Arlovsky against the cage. Doesn't get pinned back. Arlovsky hits the takedown. Guimas into guard. Now he's into side control. Arlovsky into side control, throwing right hands. Not a lot of force behind those. Guimaz tries to get back into guard, can't get anywhere with it. Andre threw in a few strikes, not really pushing the pace here. Arlovsky trying to work to mount. Arlovsky into mount now, pounding away on Guimaz, but it's not really landing clean. Oh, there, he gets some good ones. Guimaz manages to cover up, though. He will end the round conscious, but on his back. Definitely a 10-9 for Arlovsky, winning the first round. Guimaz going to need a lot more of that if he wants to win. Tries to grapple, can't find the initiative. Arlovsky, the big right uppercut. Guimaz is down. Arlovsky raining down punches. He's getting rocked. John McCarthy has to stop the fight, and that is it. Oh, what a start to the episode. 2 big fights, 2 finishes, 2 going against our guys. That is something you hate to see. I mean, losing to Arlovsky is not a shameful thing. Like, you're a young guy. Bruno's 21, right? So it's not. There's definitely worse guys you could take a loss to. Arlovsky, again, a former UFC heavyweight champion. But still, like, I don't know. It kind of feels like our guys are coming up against a glass ceiling right now. And I don't like to see it. Obviously, I'm a big fan of our guys, but it's rough. It makes me sad. But Andre Arlovsky moves to 12-6. The one Bruno Guimaz is now 7-2 and on a 2-fight losing streak after losing to Brock Lesnar and Andre Arlovsky. So, easy fights. Just a reminder, 1 week into September, and we've had 2 TKO losses. I hate this episode already. Alright, another weekend. Alex O'Reilly has been booked at UFC 77, GSP versus Diaz 2. He is facing Gabriel Gonzaga, 24th ranked heavyweight in the world, 11-1 record. Alex O'Reilly has a 9-2 record and is coming off a loss against Mike Whitehead. So that will be in November. We'll be on this episode. Please, for the love of God, can we get a win? And I'm sorry if I sound annoyed tonight, guys. I gotta be completely honest with you. My freaking dog ate an entire loaf of artesian homemade bread that we bought at a farmer's market, and I'm really ticked at the freaking dog. So, if that makes you feel better, how about how your day is going? There you go. But I'm just mad at the dumb dog. It's just a dog. It doesn't really know better. How much can you punish a dog for eating food? It knows it's not supposed to eat food off the counter. But anyway, this has been my rant about dogs and food and whatnot. So somebody draw me a picture of my dog eating the bread to make me feel better. Thanks. Oh, for a more accurate picture, the dog is a Samoyed. And coming off that TKO loss, Earl Moe has left Hammer House, his training team, and is now doesn't have a team he's affiliated with right now, but he has quit his team. So very interesting to see. And if I remember correctly, this is our only undefeated fighter left. And he'll be fighting here in October at Cage Rage 28. So, finally, please, for the love of God, Joe, we need a win. We need it badly. Another week. We have finally removed ourselves from the cursed month of September, and what have we been rewarded with but fight after fight after fight? Good heavens. Billy Willie has been booked to face Travis Whiff at Elite XC Alesso vs. Finch 2. That'll be in November. We'll be on this episode. Co-main event of the evening. Travis Whiff, a 40-9 record? Holy shit. Please don't demonetize me. I don't have any money anyway. Anderson has been booked to face Prince McLean, a 3-1 heavyweight fighter at Elite XC. So the same card on the undercard, I guess. Our least active fighter with a 3-2 record has faced Shane Carwin in his last fight in March. But he's got a fight booked. Jack Duplessis is going to be fighting Hirotaka Yokoi at K1 Heroes 21, 15-5 record for Hiroka, and Bobby Braxton versus Kimbo Slice. My goodness, what a fight! K1 Heroes is going to be hosting Bobby Braxton versus Kimbo Slice. I am unreasonably excited for that in the very last week of December. Kind of a New Year's special, I guess. So that should be fun. And here we are at Pride 50. Opening the main card, we got Black Power, Eric Fonga versus Sergey? Okay. Sergey? Tonov. All right, Sergey Karatonov versus Eric Black Power Fonga. I am very excited for this. It is Pride 50. Eric Fonga's fifth Pride fight. He is 3-1 in those, and could probably consider himself likely to maybe get a title shot after this. I didn't even look at the rankings, to be honest with you. Anyway, Fonga is definitely the not favorite. What do you call the not favorite? Underdog here. And he will be facing off against 15-5 Sergey Karatonov. I am going to call him Sergey for the love of God. All right, let's get to it. Fonga does have 25 pounds on him. He might need to use all of it. Muay Thai versus Sambo/boxing. Karatonov ignores the offer to touch gloves. Fonga versus Sergey. Fonga throws 2 quick punches. Sergey throws 2 quick punches. They're blocking back and forth. 10-minute first round. Fonga misses with the low kick. Fonga with a nice 1-2 here. Maybe starting to get a little momentum. 2 guys throwing back and forth. Not really landing. Oh, Fonga's covered up. He's dazed. Head kick to the ground. Fonga's on the ground. Karatonov unloading with punches. Fonga taking a heavy shot. Oh, no. Guys, I swear I didn't do anything. Eric Fonga has suffered a knockout loss and is now... This is depressing, guys. This is really depressing. 7-3 now for Eric Fonga. 2-19 in the first round. I'm sure it was a great fight, but Fonga now 3-2 in Pride. 7-3 overall, and I am 0-1 against 0-3. Sorry, to start the old rankings here. So, or start the old episode 11. This is a cursed episode, absolutely cursed. Ugh. And I don't even have time to mourn it now because George Joe is facing off against Elvis Sinosic. Sinosic has faced off against Bobby Braxton and Jack Duplessis so far, splitting the difference, beating Braxton, losing to Duplessis, and has beaten Dion Staring in the last fight we had. He had to move to 12-11-1. All right, for the love of God, Joe, I am begging you. I am begging you. Do not lose to Elvis Sinosic. His name is literally Elvis. I'm going to have a mental breakdown if you lose to Elvis Sinosic. You're undefeated. Okay, right? Like, Cage Rage, undefeated. Cage Rage, he's undefeated overall. We're at Cage Rage 28. This is his 6th consecutive Cage Rage fight. I just don't know. I'm scared, man. I'm really scared. But if there's any man I can have faith in, it is the blessed monster, the prison man himself, George Joe, against a 12-11-1 fighter. Joe, don't botch this. A -750 favorite. I feel like I'm cursing Joe as I speak. Come on. All right, Joe's got 40 pounds on Sinosic. Surely. Joe stalking forward, pressuring Sinosic. Sinosic hits a jab. Joe lands a right cross hard. It's tentative left hand from Sinosic. Beauty of a straight right from Joe. Beauty of a straight right again. Absolutely piecing up Joe so far. Sinosic so far. Hits 2 left hands, misses the big follow-up. Joe with a jab and a big right hand again. Joe initiating an exchange of strikes. Counter jab from Sinosic. Joe feints, steps to the side. Beauty of a straight right off the feint. Few strikes, nothing landing. Joe. Sinosic with the counter jab. Joe with the crunching right hook. Come on. Take him out, Joe. Straight right again from Joe. He's just landing big punches here, but Sinosic doesn't look too weary yet. Right hook from Joe again. Sinosic really wanting to grapple here. He is a jiu-jitsu fighter by trade. Joe's hard-nosed boxing style absolutely winning it for him so far. 42 seconds. 2 left jabs and a right hand to the body. Joe misses a punch. Sinosic goes for the takedown. Joe sprawls, and the round is over. Joe 10-8. Let's check this out. 8 power punches, 12 jabs to Sinosic's 1 failed takedown and 4 jabs. Easy 10-8 from George Joe. Nice. Hard to see a scenario where Sinosic can do enough to take that fight. That's what we like to see. Two men standing and trading blows. Sinosic misses a low kick. Joe with a nice 1-2. Again, the punching power of Joe has won him everything he's had so far. He's never even gone to decision. Joe playing to the crowd. Now, Sinosic with a left cross. Joe with a wicked right uppercut. Sinosic is down. Joe's pounding away. Come on, Joe, finish him. Sinosic is getting destroyed. The fight is over. Thank God. George Joe wins by strike TKO at 2 minutes and 18 seconds in round number 2. He defends his Cage Rage heavyweight title for the 3rd time. He has won now 8 straight fights by TKO. Unbelievable. Joe, thank you for being you. I appreciate you, you insane man. Alright, week 4 of October. Bobby Braxton broke his jaw during training. And he's still going to fight Kimbo? What a madman. Alright, we are flying through November. We're already halfway through November with nothing much going on. Bobby Braxton's broken jaw has gotten better, and George Joe has been approached for a contract by KSW. KSW does standard contracts, and there's a few dual contract guys there. Very small roster, it looks like. Very inexperienced guys. Stefan Struve, 5-2, I believe he's their heavyweight champion. Won the title against Kirill Sadelnikov. So, you know, 20-year-old Stefan Struve there. If George Joe wants to go for double champ status, I suppose he could. And that's all the news again. However, at the end of this week will be Alessio versus Fitch. So we have 2 Elite XC fights to put me out of my click and continue misery. Alright, folks, we made it. Elite XC Alessio versus Fitch 2. We got Travis Wiff versus Billy Willie on the main card, and Anderson versus Prince McLean on the prelims. This will be Anderson's 6th fight since starting the save, and he's been in it the same time. So Prince McLean versus Anderson. How many times can I say Anderson? Quite a few. Prince McLean, what a name! I love that so much. Alessio versus Fitch 2. I wonder if any of our guys fought on Alessio versus Fitch 1. Anyway, who cares? Let's get straight into it. And by straight into it, I mean let's simulate to the fight. November 2008, we got 3-1 Prince McLean versus 3-2 Anderson. Actually a fairly even fight on paper. Let's get straight into it. Anderson, minus 380 favorite and a Muay Thai kickboxing specialist versus Prince McLean's kickboxing specialist. Anderson doesn't even have a team. He's got 45 pounds on McLean. McLean should maybe try to get McLeaner and go down to light heavyweight, but Anderson with the right cross as we start off the fight. McLean has a right hand blocked. Anderson with a left hook. Anderson stepping in to look to unleash. 3 by 5 minute rounds as per usual. Anderson with a big right cross. 2 guys exchanging strikes back and forth. Neither of them probably likely to go to the ground at all. McLean dodges a big right punch. Just a clean kickboxing matchup here, folks. Anderson trying with exchange of strikes. McLean with a counter left. Big right hand from Anderson. As he's going to step forward again. McLean misses the left hand. Anderson manages to not hit either of the 1-2 punch combo. Anderson in the pocket misses a big right hand. You might think Anderson might want to go to the clinch here, as the Muay Thai specialism might help him out a little bit there, but it's hard to say. McLean going for the takedown. Anderson with the single leg gets pinned against the cage, and that is the end of round number 1. Hard to say who won that one for sure. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to do this more. So we got 6 jabs and a power punch for Anderson versus 3 jabs for McLean. Definitely an Anderson first round win now that I see the stats. Anderson hits a straight right to start the second round. 2 guys exchanging strikes as they get into the... Anderson with the beauty of a straight right again. Anderson definitely finding his range there. McLean with the counter left. Anderson with the right cross answer. Anderson definitely finding his range here, like I was saying. Landing that right hook. McLean now cut open with 3 minutes left in the second round. McLean misses at the counter left. Anderson's left jab misses the right hand. Big right hand again. 2 guys going back and forth. Under 2 minutes left in the second round. Anderson connects with the right hand. Walking down McLean. McLean misses with the left. Buys a feint. Left wide open. Crunching right hook from Anderson. Nice shot. Anderson getting a little tired here. With a minute left in the round, he'll have an opportunity to breathe soon. Beauty of a straight right from Anderson again. Exchanging his strikes. Anderson breathing very hard. Maybe gassing himself out here a little bit, but a great right hook. And it's definitely another Anderson round here. 9 jabs. 5 power punches to just 3 jabs from McLean. McLean looks out of his depth in a striking battle here, and it seems like Anderson is headed for a decision victory here. Cutman fixes McLean, and the two guys coming together. McLean shooting for a takedown here, trying to change the pace up a little bit. McLean pinning the Anderson against the cage. Anderson slips out of the clinch position, and he's free in the pocket now. Anderson shattered, going for a clinch himself. Now he's going to push McLean up against the cage. Now's when that Muay Thai is going to come in. Elbow to the face, knee strike to the thigh, knee strike to the thigh. He's just keeping him stuck there. Absolute control from Anderson here. Up 2-0. He's hitting him with the knees, pinning him against the cage. He's exhausted. There's only a minute and a half left for McLean to try to get anything done. Anderson tries right hook blocked. McLean missing some shots now, pushing himself as we go into the last minute of the fight. Anderson with the right cross, nice shot, clearly hurting McLean. Oh, McLean nearly gets knocked out cold by a fast right hook, but maybe Anderson was just a little too tired. He's pinning McLean up against the cage now, and we're going to end the fight there in the clinch against the side of the cage. Let's check that round. McLean landed 7 punching jabs to Anderson's. Sorry. McLean landed 9 punching jabs. Anderson landed 1 power punch, 7 punching jabs, a glancing elbow, and 3 glancing knees in the clinch. Definitely another Anderson round here. The judges should all give this 30-27 to your winner by unanimous decision, Anderson. And he is going to move to 4-2 in his career. And congratulations to him. You know, it's hard for Anderson to get fights for whatever reason. I couldn't even begin to guess why it was, but I am very happy for him to get a win here. Good fight, not too bad there. And we are not done tonight, folks. We are just going to wait a little longer until we get to the co-main event of the evening. Billy Willie is going to be fighting here at Elite XC. And I mean, if that doesn't get everyone excited, I don't know what will. Everyone loves Billy Willie. Billy Willie did come off the first loss of his career in the previous episode. That is to one Daniel Puder. Kind of sad. You hate to see that, but so Billy Willie coming off the first career loss. He is 6-1 overall. Travis Weef has 49 career fights, 7 times as many fights as Billy Willie. Absolute insanity. But that is not important. All that matters is Billy Willie is a thug jitsu master. He's 265, 6'4". Pro record is 6-1. He's only 21 years old, and he is about to knock Travis Weef out. Travis, a wrestling specialist. Billy Willie, a thug jitsu master. Black belt in thug jitsu, I'm told. I also am told he invented that form, so I don't know if that really counts. Billy Weef lands 2 left hands. Blocks it 1-2. Weef backing away. Willie comes in looking to strike. Vicious right cross from Billy Willie. Weef is knocked out cold. That's it. It's all over, folks. Oh my goodness. It turns out with a lot of fights comes a lot of damage to that chin. In 2 minutes and 12 seconds from round number 1, Billy Willie knocks out Travis Weef. That is the 5th knockout victory of Billy Willie's career, and also the 5th punch knockout of his career. Not a kicks guy, old Billy. Turns out thug jitsu involves a lot of just knocking people out cold. So, you know. Anyway, great fight. Billy Willie takes it easy. Super good looking man, obviously, according to the record. He has now moved to 7-1, and that would put him at 3-1 in Elite XC overall, with only a split decision loss to Daniel Puder, the only stain on his record. So, guess we could hypothetically see if he's get a rematch there, but let's keep simming. Almost half a second after I said let's keep simming, we are at UFC 277 on the main card, so that's exciting. We got to load to all the preliminary fights. A lot of preliminary fights tonight. A night headlined by GSP defending his title against Nick Diaz for the 2nd time, or maybe Nate Diaz, because I can't remember. We got Gabriel Gonzaga, 11-1 versus 9-2 Alex the Maverick O'Reilly. Gonzaga, 29. Alex O'Reilly, of course, just 21 years old, like the rest of our Wave 1 fighters. Only one Wave 2 fighter, and he's in prison, so don't have to worry too much about him for now. This will be Alex O'Reilly's 2nd UFC fight. His first at UFC 74, also headlined by a GSP title defense, resulted in a submission via Darce choke to Mike Whitehead. So, you know, whatever. Anyway, he's not going to get submitted via Darce Joke again. He's learned from that, right? He's not going to lose. He's not going to let me down. Who knows? All right. Only the gods of WMMA would know, and we are about to let them decide. Gonzaga, O'Reilly. Here we go. I will say Alex O'Reilly is actually a fairly decent favorite. Minus 410. Gonzaga, a Massachusetts native with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist. Alex O'Reilly, a mixed martial arts specialist. Lands a leg kick, shortens the range. Fast high right kick to the side of the head. Gonzaga looking punch drunk. Knockout! Knockout! Oh my goodness. Alex O'Reilly. So what do we got? We got leg kick for O'Reilly. Shortens the range. Misses with a jab. And then whips the high, fast right kick to the side of the head. Okay, so we got that going for him, which is great. And then he hits that fast right high kick. Gonzaga's backing off and lowers, I think he lowers his hands there for a second to try to block maybe a follow-up kick. And O'Reilly wasn't thinking kick, he was thinking punch. And punches right past the guard of Gabriel Gonzaga and punches right through his dreams. My goodness, what a fight and what a shot. Alex O'Reilly becomes the first of our fighters to get a win in the biggest promotion in the world. You know, the biggest promotion in the world. Let's be like honest here, guys. Gabriel Gonzaga is going to have to go home with a 11-2 record, and Alex O'Reilly reaches double-digit wins. Congratulations to Alex O'Reilly, moving his record up to 10-2 and 1-1 in the UFC. That should be plenty good enough for him to renew his contract or whatever needs to be done there and keep fighting on the biggest stage of them all. Congratulations, Alex. Thank you. After an action-packed weekend, we only have one piece of news to report. George Joe has signed a standard contract with KSW. Their champion is Stefan Struve. I don't know why I can't click to Stefan Struve. There we go. He is the KSW heavyweight champion, of course. And a 5-2 fighter overall. George Joe is the biggest name in here by far. He's the 11th ranked heavyweight in the world and should probably just be fighting for the title as soon as he's healthy, if that is the direction they decide to go down. He will be ready in 13 days, so we will see who decides to book him for a match first, I guess. All right, Earl Mo has been booked to face Shane Carwin. That is going to be a banger. Earl Mo coming off, of course, first loss in his career to Ben Rothwell for the title. Losing the title, sorry. And Shane Carwin, 7-0, having just defeated Antoni Hardonk. And he's beaten Anderson before. He is 7-0, 5-0 in Strikeforce. So former champ versus undefeated up-and-comer. That's going to be an absolute banger. Unfortunately, it's in January. So we got a great fight lined up for episode 12. But for now, we will just have to be patient. And here we go. George Joe versus Stefan Struve at KSW 14 for the KSW heavyweight title. Jan Blachowicz on that same card. Neat. George Joe, the, of course, 9-0 Cage Rage heavyweight champion, now going for double champ status at KSW. Should be awesome, frankly. That will be in January as well. So again, not on this episode. But we will have K1 Heroes coming up with 2 more fights before we sign off for the night. I'm stoked. I hope you are too. Let's start simming. Alright, here it is, folks. The most interesting fight you will see booked in this made-up world. Bobby Braxton is facing off with the legendary, for, reasons, Kimbo Slice. So, yeah, we're going to see how that goes for him. 10-minute first round. We've got Kimbo Slice is an 0-1 record, a street fighting style from Miami, Florida. Bobby the Bruiser Braxton, a 7-3 record, kickboxing from Montreal. And they're fighting in Japan because fighting is cool. Braxton has 30 pounds on Kimbo. Kimbo not used to being the lighter man in the ring, but here we go. 34-year-old Kimbo Slice with the right cross. Bobby Braxton scores with a great right hook, engaging in the center here. Bobby Braxton narrowly misses a leg kick. Bobby 2 left hands on the counter. Kimbo hits a nice straight right, starting to breathe a little heavier because his cardio is horrible. 2 combatants meet in the center. Kick to the lead leg. Kimbo's gas tank slowing. 2 minutes. Kimbo misses a right cross, and Bobby hits him with a good right hand. Right head kick from Braxton. Kimbo looking exhausted and cut open. Kimbo smiles, which is generally a sign that he's been hurt badly. Kimbo throwing some punches here, but Braxton dodging all of them. Tries for a takedown in Kimbo's slice. Sure, why not? Both fighters stepping in to strike. Kick to the lead leg from Braxton. Kimbo exhausted. Bobby's looking for that trip takedown. Kimbo's down on his back now. Bobby's on his back, pounding away at Kimbo, landing some good shots. Bigger shots here. Kimbo's looking hurt. Trying to get his hooks in, but he can't get it. Kimbo trying to roll. Can't roll very well. Very low on energy with 3.5 minutes left in the first round. Braxton going for that rear naked choke. Kimbo's neck's too thick. Kimbo trying to roll. Braxton landing some big hands. Oh, Braxton gets his hooks in, trying to flatten Kimbo out for the rear naked choke. Kimbo can't get it. Braxton keeping the hooks in, though, firing away with punches. Maintaining the hooks. Tries to flatten him out for the rear naked choke again. Kimbo's neck too thick to be choked. Kimbo tries to break the hooks, and that's the end of round number 1. The cut man starts to stop the bleeding, and we got to go to round number 2. Braxton takes the initiative. Vicious right head kick to the side of the head. And Bobby the Bruiser Braxton has knocked out Kimbo's slice. Unfortunate for Kimbo that he came up across Bobby in this kind of form today. Again, Bobby really just toying with him. I meant to grab stats between rounds. But Bobby Braxton does move to 8-3. Kimbo drops to 0-2. Bobby in the first round landing 2 power punches, 7 jabs, landing 1 takedown, 3 jab kicks, 15 ground strikes with power, and 25 ground strikes with the jab. In the second round, Bobby landed 1 kick, and that was enough to put Kimbo's lights out for the night. K1 Heroes, K1, Bobby sure is doing it. 2-0 now in K1 for Bobby Braxton. He's won 5 straight after a 3-3 start to his career and is starting to look like a real contender now. Congratulations to Bobby Braxton, the Bruiser, for taking out Kimbo's slice. If you didn't, I would be fairly disappointed in you, to be honest. But all that to say, a win is a win. And he has, he did it. He did it. Good for him. All right. Anyway, let's move on. Because the very next fight on the card is another one of our Watcher guys. We got Jack Duplessis facing off with Hirotaka Yokoi. I am great at pronouncing that. Hirotaka Yokoi will be facing off with the 6-1 Jack Duplessis. That's how you pronounce it. I struggle with this so much. But Hirotaka Yokoi. Got it. Yokoi. He's just going to be Yokoi. Yokoi is a plus 430 underdog, 15-5 career record as Bobby the Bruiser as Jack Duplessis is 7-1. No nickname yet for him. Some Japanese people call him Watermelon Arms, but we will not repeat such rumors, although we technically just did. Yokoi, a judo master, versus Jack Duplessis, wrestling strength. Yokoi giving up 45 pounds in this. Jack ignores the touch gloves off and the two men come forward. Clean right hand from Jack, pressuring Yokoi now. Yokoi lands the left hand. Jack hits the right. Jack forcing an exchange of strikes now. Yokoi misses with the left hand. Two guys exchanging strikes again. Back and forth, right hook from Jack. Not a lot of wrestling going on from this wrestler, but, whatever. Sometimes you gotta swing. Duplessis coming forward, trying to force a strike exchange. Yokoi tries for a jab. Crunching right hook from Jack. Yokoi, right hook blocked. Jack hitting his strikes cleanly now. 3 minutes into the fight. Counter left from Yokoi. Right cross from Duplessis. Definitely winning the striking battle. Almost hits a huge counter knockout blow, but not quite. Right cross there, though. And Jack moving forward. Yokoi definitely on the back foot. Yokoi off balance now. Crunching right hook from Jack again. How many more of those can Yokoi take? 20 career fights for Yokoi. Jack hits another right hand, pressuring Yokoi. This is Jack's 9th career fight. Big right hand from Jack again. Starting to breathe a little bit heavier. Neither one can land a significant shot right now. Yokoi fires off a counter jab, can't connect. Straight left, straight right, lands hard again. Yokoi's chin really getting a lot of credit here. Yokoi misses the counter jab, crunching right hook from Jack again. I'm very curious to see the stats for this. Neither fighter doing a lot of damage. Here, 2 minutes left in the round, though Jack landing strikes at a much, much higher rate. Big right hand from Jack Duplessis, trying to pressure Yokoi. Yokoi, 2 counter lefts, manages to dodge the follow-up. Jab and a good right hand from Jack. Under a minute left in round number 1. Jack forcing a strike exchange, steps into the pocket, another straight right. Exchange strikes not producing any damage. Jack's very tired here, tries for a trip takedown. Yokoi on his back. He was already going to lose. Jack tries for the rear naked choke. Yokoi blocks, and that is the end of round number 1. 22 jabs to 9, 11 power punches to 0, and 1 takedown. Absolute domination for Jack, but they don't do points in Japan. Jack definitely winning so far, but the fight is scored as a whole, and Yokoi will have to try and go ahead and stop him cold here if he wants to get that. Yokoi getting into the gas tank a bit. Definitely in better shape than Jack right now, but that's okay. Yokoi hurt from a couple nasty punches. Jack landing a few powerful shots still. Oh, clearly hurt. Yokoi, are you okay? He's trying to pound on Yokoi. Yokoi stands up under back control. Jack doesn't love that position, so they're coming together to strike again. Right hand taken on the gloves. Jack hits a good right hand. Yokoi, big hit. Jack smashes him. Ground and pounding. Couple of heavy shots rocking Yokoi. Landing some elbows here. Can Yokoi survive 45 seconds? Landing big elbows, blocking sweeps, and that's the end of the fight. Round 2 statistics, 15 power ground strikes, 36 ground jabs, 1 takedown, 3 power punches, and 2 jabs to Yokoi's 1 jab. If Duplessis doesn't win the fight here, that he should probably shoot the referee or something, because that was the most dominant I've ever seen. All 3 judges agree that Jack Duplessis wins in the most ridiculously one-sided fight I've ever seen. 2 takedowns, 14 power punches to 0 and 0, 24 jabs to 10, 15 ground power strikes, 36 ground jabs. Absolute domination from Jack Duplessis. That was nuts. Like, absolutely nuts. I actually feel a little bit bad for Mr. Yokoi, but you chose to step in the ring with Jack Duplessis, and you get what you get. Jack Duplessis goes ahead and moves to, what is he at now? He is at 8-1 record. So Kimbo Slice gets destroyed by Bobby Braxton, and Hiro Taka Yokoi goes ahead and gets himself destroyed by Jack Duplessis. Great night and K1 Heroes for our boys, and a great way to end off the video that started so badly. That one actually kind of hurt, but at the end of the day, the fights decide themselves, and our guys are still young. They're 21, a lot of room to grow, and I, for one, am looking forward to seeing how far they can go, how far they can progress. And we will have to see. Again, we're still early into this, very early into this career. Our guys are 21. That's ridiculously young. Jack Duplessis coming to the end of his K1 Heroes and entering the renegotiation period. Billy Willie being offered a contract by King of the Cage. So the 7-1 fighter maybe getting a chance to fight somewhere else. He's fought 2 fights for Strikeforce, then left there. 4 fights for Elite XC. I assume that his contract offer from King of the Cage would probably not be exclusive. I don't think King of the Cage does exclusives. Yeah. So, but another opportunity for Billy Willie to showcase his skills. And that is the end of our video, ladies and gentlemen. We enter the year 2009. George St. Pierre is the Fighter of the Year. UFC Show Company of the Year, Fight of the Year, something in Pancrase. Knockout of the Year, Alexander Schlemko knocking out Nate Quarry. Submission of the Year, Delson Heleno over Tyler Jackson. Main event of the Year, something from Shudo, I don't know. Conor McGregor, Rookie of the Year. Yeah, he seems like he'll do okay for himself. Couple decent wins there. Anyway, I'm sure that Conor guy won't amount to anything. I'm not worried about him, right? Neither should you be. Let's check out the world rankings before we go. The pound-for-pound rankings, well, there they are. But the heavyweight rankings, we've got, let's see who we've got here. pretty sure it's just George Joe still. 9-0 overall. The dominant George Joe. Cage Rage champion. Soon to be KSW champion. We'll have to see if he ever decides to jump the pond and go ahead and head over. Also, Arlovsky won the heavyweight title back over Mir. In their trilogy bout, he lost the first two, and then won the trilogy bout, because why not? Apparently beating Bruno Guimas was enough to get him back in the contention. So Bruno's only UFC loss is now to the champion, so that's always good for your resume, right? Let's go ahead and, since we are at the end of a year, and I kind of like to check these things at the end of the year, let's check. Oh, Bellator opened. Neat. Must have just, yeah, January 2009 they opened, so they just opened. They do not have a heavyweight division, but Bellator exists now. Let's check out Cage Rage's rankings. Obviously, first overall is George Joe, the champion. Nobody else on their roster is a fighter from our show, so doesn't matter. Cage Warriors no longer has any of our fighters, and probably won't anytime soon. Elite XC, they got a good few fighters on their roster. First overall, Justin McCulley, huh? I did not know that he was the champion. Yeah, he won it over Tommy Sauer, and then lost it 3 times consecutively in King of the Cage. So, you know, he's got to have a paper champion for sure. He can't fight for another 3 months because he got beat by Brock Lesnar so bad. Great. Billy Willie, second ranked there. Beat Travis Whiff by knockout, punch, and is already ready to be rebooked. Now has an Elite XC contract, and I think he's the guy who just got another offer. I'm not sure. He's ready to be booked. Rod Francis Jr. down at 6th in the rankings. 4-1 overall. Lost to Roy Nelson in a title fight. His only career loss. I believe Nelson moved on since then. So. Then we have Anderson, 10th in the Elite XC rankings. And that is it for our guys. He's 2-0 here in Elite XC. And could be making a push up the rankings soon. K1 Heroes rankings for heavyweights. Looks like they've only got 20 ranked heavyweights here. 10th is Bobby Braxton, and 9th is Jack Duplessis. Jack a 4-1 record here in K1 Heroes, and Bobby the Bruiser Braxton 2-0 here in K1 Heroes. 8-1 and 8-3 records for the two of them. And they've both got to be looking up for their next fights for sure. Chuck Congo, Antonio Silva, Gary Goodridge, all big names, all potential future opponents. Alexio Linick, somebody to keep an eye on. Jack has history with him, giving him his only career loss 4 fights ago, so Jack's grown since then, for sure. King of the Cage, I believe we still have a fighter or two. We've got... I stand corrected. We do not have any guys in the King of the Cage rankings, although I believe that is where we had an offer there for sure, so we'll have to see if that comes up or not. KSW, just 1 fighter in the rankings here. It's George Joe. He's ranked 2nd, and is challenging Stefan Struve for the belt in January 2009. I should look at the King of the Cage heavyweight champion. It's Ben Rothwell. Of course it is. He beat Justin McCulley after Bruno Guimas vacated the title, so Ben's second attempt at winning it. So there you go. King of the Cage. Ben Rothwell is the guy to beat if you want that King of the Cage belt. Pancrase closed their heavyweight division, so Pride, we do have some guys in the rankings there. The champion, of course, is the one and only Fedor Emelianenko. But if you drop down to just 13th, Eric Fonga is there with a 3-2 record in Pride so far. He just lost by knockout to Sergey Karatonov. Why can't I pronounce it now? He also lost to Tank Abbott in his debut, but he beat Tim Sylvia, Victor Velamanki, and Powell Natsula in between, giving him a pretty average 13th in the heavyweight rankings. He will be returning to action in 3 months. Ouch. Got beat up pretty bad. Was the former Rookie Fighter of the Year, though. So, we will have to see what's next for him in a while. Strike Force, we do have a couple of fighters there. Their champion is Ben Rothwell as well, because Ben Rothwell just wins no matter what. 2-0 record in Strike Force so far. Sorry, Earl Mo has a 5-1 record in Strike Force and is 5th in the rankings. We'll be facing Shane Carwin at the next Strike Force event. Should be an absolute banger between 2nd and 5th ranked, and probably sets the winner up for a nice little title fight there. Down further in the rankings, we have Anderson at 14. He's only got a 1-2 record in Strikeforce, but due to results elsewhere, and the guy that beat him being the monster Shane Carwin, getting a little bit more respect than some of the other guys with similar records down here. In the UFC, our final ranking place where you have rankings, you know what that means. Andrei Arlovsky has beaten Frank Mir on his third attempt and is now the second champion after losing to Paul Buentello the first time. Cough, cough. Actually, I think he vacated it. Oh, no, he won the interim championship. That's what it was. I don't know. Anyway, Arlovsky, the champion there, and our boy Bruno Guimas down in 11th. Our boy Alex Riley up in 9th. So we have two guys in the UFC ranking so far, and single digits for Alex O'Reilly. Not bad, not bad. That big win over Gabriel Gonzaga, boosting him in the rankings somewhat. Maybe a fight against Roy Nelson, Mike Whitehead, Justin Eilers, or Paul Buentello would be next. Alex O'Reilly has lost his debut against Mike Whitehead, so probably they wouldn't go for the rematch quite so early, for no real reason, but we are excited to see where Alex goes from here. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That was a quick overview of the worldwide rankings. Go ahead and, I don't know, drop a comment, like, subscribe. I don't care. I'm not a YouTuber by trade. I do this for you. So, I love you all. Thank you for watching my dumb show. Have a good night.